to even begin with this crazy project that just spiraled so far out of control? I don't even know. So it's been more than a year since our last mural. I destroyed my knee, so we haven't been doing any murals, but I love painting murals. So when one of our favorite art YouTubers, 10 Hun, issued a challenge, he had a random creature generator generate a creature, and he said, hey, everybody, let's see you art this thing together. And it's wild. It's a wild collection of things. And so as I was photo bashing this
monstrosity.
So I was photo bashing it together, and I was thinking, what should we put in the background? We're going to do a mural, because if you're going to go hard, right? And so what should we put in the background? And I had Smo Nova on the TV in the background. And Smo's back garden is so lovely, and he's got a big mural wall that he paints murals on, and a swing set, and his shed with all of his spray paint. It seems pretty darn idyllic to me. Smo's a German YouTuber. He does a wide variety of things. He does a lot of writing, tagging, but he also paints these castles and clouds and other things. So the castle and the clouds represent Smo. And so, of course, he has this giant wall he's always painting with all of his friends. He made his mural wall out of wood from his old studio. He just took the wood off the walls and then built a frame and stuck it in his yard. And we took our frame for our mural wall from the doors from our old CNC room in our old garage at our old house. So I thought, okay, we'll put our friend, we're going to call him Bartholomew from now on. We're going to put Bartholomew in Smo's backyard. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to be in Smo's backyard painting with all of Smo's friends? It just seems like a lot of fun. So then I put in Smo's back garden, and I was thinking, well, what are we going to put on the mural wall? We need to put something on the mural wall. And Smo's always inviting people over to paint on his wall. And we watch a lot of art YouTubers. And so I thought, well, let's just pretend like we had this art YouTuber party and everybody threw up some artwork. And this is the point in which the already out of control project got completely bonkers, because we ended up with 17 different YouTubers represented in this mural. It went nuts. If I could sing songs like Ten Hun sings about matte medium or blue tape or gesso or whatever, if I had the skills, I would sing about these things, the handy painters, all day long. This cheeky little monkey is from Jazza's Arty Games app. So Jazza is an Australian art YouTuber. He does a lot of different stuff. He'll try anything. We've been using his Arty Game app forever for its random character generator. If we were at a restaurant waiting, if we were at a theme park waiting for a show to start, we always had sketch pads. And we would just throw up a random character and we'd all draw it. And that's how we killed time when we were out and about. And the little monkey used to be a part of the app. I don't think he's there anymore. But anyway, we love him. This is
Julia from Drawfee's Room Full of Vampires.
The infamous Room Full of Vampires from Drawfee. Karina, who is also from Drawfee, did an animation for Room Full of Vampires. So there's a very short, I think it's 2 minutes long, explanation for what is happening here. But boy, am I not capable of drawing or painting in Julia's style. Her like square-jawed men. Mine look like an emo rock band or something. It's pretty bad. Drawfee is 4 artists, and they take random prompts, and they just draw and hang out and chat, and it's so chill and sweary, often very sweary. You know, friends hanging out, friending and arting.
Friending and arting. That explains my lunch friend group very well.
They friend and art together?
Yeah.
The friends who art together stay together. No? Yes?
This is Mariah Elizabeth. I'm drawing a picture she made for a t-shirt design. Her character Pickle in an ice cream costume. Georgie in a strawberry costume. And Cousin Dirk in a burger costume.
Mariah Elizabeth paints cute, rainbowy things, and she is absolutely one of Samantha's favorites. One of my favorites, too. She's really good at character design. She's a good painter, but she's just funny, and her edits are so good. She's very entertaining. I mean, you could could be the best painter in the world, but if you aren't fun to watch, then no one's going to watch you. And she's definitely fun to watch. She's one of our Friday collection. There's a bunch of YouTubers who upload on Fridays, and Sam and I cuddle up and we watch all of the Art YouTuber Friday videos.
So here are the classic Casey Golden ants. She'll have these big ant pictures.
Pictures with hundreds and hundreds of little teeny ants doing fun and silly things.
Yeah, there was like a carnival one and a pool one and an art gallery one. It's just a lot. And they always like run by on her outros.
My favorite thing about Casey is her art style. She's got this really fun, clean, simple art style, and watching her sketch is so... She just pulls the craziest, best shapes out of I don't know where, and they just show up on the page, and it's always so great. Occasional cartoon blood and cartoon nudity on Casey's channel.
Yeah.
Fair warning. But mostly it's just cartoon fun and goodness.
Yeah.
Casey is one of our favorites. We've been watching Casey forever. We've been watching Casey longer than any other art YouTuber. And then we picked up Jazza because he was doing a lot of easy to follow tutorials at the time, and you guys were just getting into a bunch of different kinds of materials, and he was good at explaining them. And we watched Evan and Caitlin really early on too. And Evan and Caitlin just because I find them super entertaining.
Yeah, Evan and Caitlin are fun.
Evan and Caitlin are makers. They do a lot of resin projects and woodworking.
Resin time. Do resin time.
Yeah. I totally didn't record drawing the supervisor in space, Evan and Caitlin's cat in space. They did one of those shoshigiban. So they took a blowtorch to a piece of wood, charred it, and they resined over it to seal it all up. And then they carved out their kitty in space using their CNC. And I love, love, love this design.
So you put it on the mural.
Gotta put Evan and Caitlin in there. And so yeah, supervisor in space. We actually made a cookie cutter of the supervisor in space really early on. One of our first videos. So now I'm finally painting Bartholomew. He's a Chiryn. So he has the ears of a hare, the eyes of a chameleon, the nose of a mouse, the mouth of a cat, 4 fangs, the arms of a lemur, the chest of a chimpanzee, the legs of a wolf, stony skin on his head and legs, and covered in slime. Now I'm working on Bobby Duke's pool ball Black Widow spider. Bobby Duke is another maker. He does a lot of sculpting, and he carved a Black Widow spider out of a pool ball, and it's amazing. He does a lot of really fun stuff, and he has a really silly, fun style when he's in front of camera. And then this is a Kipto, lion, and eagle. Kipto is a mural artist. He did a video really recently where he was sponsored by a video game, and so he did the whole thing like it was a video game. He was doing it like a gaming channel would, where he's in the corner. You can see his face in the corner, and he's got a gaming controller. But the whole thing was like he's controlling himself in the game that's spray painting the wall. It was so well done and so thorough. You had to select the colors, and there was like a whole fan out color selector thing. It was amazing. Remember how proud I was of our Among Us socks thing? Yeah, I mean, totally themed. I was pretty proud. I feel justified in being proud of that. This was so far further than that. Here we have the craftsman, Steady Crafton. This is his free-range chicken. He does a lot of sculpting and casting, and he has the just deepest voice and this beautiful Southern accent, and he's so nice, and he's so chill, and he plays with his toys, and he chats to everybody, and he signs off with, "I love y'all," and keep on steady crafting. And oh my gosh, he just makes me smile. This is Ace of Clay. He does mostly polymer clay sculpting, and this is one of his original characters. It's the Ice Cream Man, part of his mutant universe, I believe. He's a creepy, spooky guy. He likes to sculpt creepy, spooky guys. He's very good at creepy, spooky. I love it when he does original characters. That's my favorite, because I feel like they're always so much more interesting. I don't know. And he comes up with these fun backstories, and
I kind of like the creepy.
You like the creepy?
Yeah.
That for Ace of Clay?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Here we have
Delightful.
she's in South Korea and she customizes dolls and she takes it to the next level.
She's cut things apart and then put them back together so that they have animal legs or
Extra
wings.
joints. She sculpts on top of things. She uses all kinds of different materials depending on what she's got available. If you're interested in seeing people sculpt tiny things and reroute tiny heads with hair and paint tiny faces and sew tiny clothing, that's the one that blows my mind. That just, I could not even...
Regular size clothing is hard enough.
But like even begin to sew the tiny clothing. My fingers start cramping up just thinking about it. Oh my gosh. But we love her. She's great. She's very bubbly and fun. This doll is called Amanita, and she's got a mushroom theme. I love her colors. She's orange and green, and she's got the most beautiful skin, and she's so pretty. Her green hair.
I like the mushroom hat.
Of course you like the mushroom hat. Her gigantic mushroom hat.
I want a mushroom hat like that.
That would look so cute on your mushroom hair.
This is Graveyard Loon. He's kind of like Mariah Elizabeth, but does more creepy, cute stuff.
Yeah, so he did that little scarecrow down there.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny too, and he paints on things mostly. Sometimes he sculpts.
I like that he's funny.
So you're finishing up Graveyard Loon and Mariah Elizabeth at the same time.
I'm doing the Posca work. I'm doing the little rainbow speckles on pickle and drips scales.
And the sprinkles on the ice cream. This is Nerdforge's 3D resin painting that she did, the big glowing tree. Nerdforge is Martina and Hansi. So Nerdforge is in Norway, and they make pretty complicated craft projects. They go hard on their craft projects, but it's always very nerdy. They like to do fantasy-themed things. They'll do cosplaying, they'll do sculpting, they'll make props, and they pay attention to every minute detail. Who's that?
Bob Ross.
Yeah, it's Bob Ross, the OG paint on your screen guy. What's your favorite Bob Ross quote?
We artists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. If I paint something, I don't want to have to explain what it is.
Oh boy, Bob, I'm explaining for 20 minutes what we just did.
Didn't you know that you had that much power? You can move mountains. You can do anything.
Oh, that's nice. I like that one.
Go out on a limb. That's where the fruit is.
Oh, Bob. So I gotta get the iconic hair in there. I found a picture of him on this playground spring bouncy thingy alligator, and I loved it. And I thought, you know, he could hang out in Smo's back garden next to the swing set on the bouncy alligator. It makes perfect sense. Of course, obviously, he would be there. I actually paint kind of like Bob Ross because I work fast and do a lot of wet blending. And definitely he wasn't one to go back and overwork things a lot. My background is in theater, and overworking is not a thing that you have the luxury of doing ever. You're always painting a show and then painting another show and then painting another show.
This is the one that I got to cram 2 YouTubers into one. So the artist is ABD Illustrates. He is just so nice and
Yeah, it's good vibes.
yeah. And then the second one is Thomas Sanders.
You've talked about Thomas Sanders.
Yeah.
This is ABD did 2 illustrations for the Sanders Sides 2022 calendar. And this is from Pride Month.
Yep.
Who dat?
That's Patton, the Happy Pappy Patton.
Yeah.
He represents morality. He's just the wholesome father figure who makes puns. A lot of puns.
Patton's so sweet.
Yeah.
And punny. And this pose is so adorable.
Off to the side here, we have Ari, who is Jaden Animation's pet dog. Chiryn Animations is a animation
She's an animator.
Storytime animation channel.
She writes scripts about her life and things she's doing, and then she animates them. She's got a whole team now because every single one of her videos gets millions of views. But she's so funny.
Yeah.
And her animation style is really fun too.
Yeah. She's got this simple and cute.
Lots of jokes in the animation along with the script. It's nice. There's always little eye candy joke things happening.
Yeah.
So when you guys were painting, before you started painting, I said, you know, if you need any help mixing any of the colors, let me know. You need any help painting anything, let me know. And you both just ignored me and did it by yourself.
Here I am once again outlining with Posca because I do not want to do that smooth, clean, thin line art
With a brush.
with a paintbrush.
Yeah, ABD has very pretty line work.
Then I used a blue Posca for his eye and some other colored Poscas for his bracelets, which are just adorable because they all represent one of the sides.
And here we have Ten Hun's pedal car for Juniper, his baby girl. I love this little pedal car. It's so adorable. And it seemed like another thing that fits right in with Smo's swing set, just to have the pedal car in the yard. The problem with the pedal car is that it's on the bottom of the mural, and my knee is good enough to do, you know, the mid-range, right where Smo's mural wall is. Worked out really well. That whole area, I can reach that just fine, but I can't bend my knees well enough to hang out on the ground or crouch or anything. And this pedal car is right on the bottom of the mural. So we raised it up and I still was struggling, and I was really terrified to paint this little cat on the side of this pedal car. I was so scared that I was gonna just do the worst job because I had the weirdest angle and it was so awkward because I couldn't get low enough to get it the way I wanted it to. And then I started painting it, and this little guy and all these little shapes are so flowy and so fun. The brush wants to go where those shapes are, and he was so much fun to paint. I was so scared, and he ended up being so fun, which is a big relief because this is for Ten Hun. So if I did a terrible job on Juniper's pedal car, I would have felt pretty bad. But now we got to get some faces on these little instigators. Once I had everybody in, I grabbed this magic brush that I love and use for everything, and I used it for making shadows. So this is a Shoreline Handy Painter. I use this brush for basing and wet blends because you can put two different colors on either end, and I also use it for shadows, and then I use a spray bottle and I kind of just keep it slightly damp, and I get a little bit of paint on one end, and then I can use the clean end to just blend into nothingness, and I find it really makes painting shadows easier. How you doing?
Good.
Do you like the mural?
Yes.
Do you think it's done?
The lines here are harsh.
Okay, we gotta turn those down.
Yeah.
Anything else? Do you remember the last thing that Bartholomew needs?
What?
He has to be covered in slime.
Oh!
I put some watery paint on and I blended in a shadow and then dabbed off some to make sure it was translucent and added a highlight, and then it was finished. Finally finished. we're so grateful to all of the artists on YouTube. I wanted to pick a variety of different mediums and different styles and stuff of the artists. We watch a lot of art YouTubers, and it's just nice because it's inspiring and you learn things about the materials. You know, they're all in different places and they've got different styles, and I don't know, I just find it so interesting.